Hi everyone. I hope you guys are doing good. Okay. So as a part of our Postgres tutorial series, we have learned how to install Postgres database. We have learned how to use pgadmin and using pgadmin how we can create database and how we can create roles. Okay. So this is the third lecture. In this third lecture, we are going to learn about the PSQL shell utility. This is also a client tool provided by Postgres, and we will learn about this utility, that how we can use this utility to connect and do database activities. Okay. So basically, this tool is also used by both by developers and administrators. Okay, so most of the administrator prefer this tool because it's easy to hop from a Linux machine to this PSQL cell, and then from this PSQL cell back to Linux machine, right? So now let's start. Okay, so in your search box, you search PSQL cell. Okay, so you can see there is a SQL shell, PSQL app already installed in your system. Just click on that. Okay, so it will open a window for you, which is a PSQL shell. Okay, let me enlarge it little bit so that you guys can see it properly. So here, first thing, it's saying that server is local host since our database is installed on our local machine. Okay, so we have to give the server name. So if we are connecting to our local host server, right, local host server where Postgres database is installed, then we can give local host. And if we are connecting to remote server, then we can give it the remote server host name. Okay. So since my Postgres is installed on this system only, so I'll give local host as host name or server name, enter. Okay, then it is saying uh, give the database name. Okay, so database name I'll connect with just Postgres database, which is a super user database. Okay, so just click Postgres and then just write Postgres and enter. Then it is asking which port we want to connect. So we can write 5432 only. So that is the default port. Then it is asking the username. So in the username, I'll just do Postgres. So I'll connect using super user, which is Postgres. Okay, and just to enter. So now it is asking me the password of super user Postgres. Okay, so if you guys remember while installation, we provided the super user password as local. So I'll just pass this password. Okay. So now you guys see I'm connected to a database, and the database is the Postgres database, which is to which we are connected. Okay, so now we can perform multiple operations on this Postgres database, and we can connect to other database, right? So I'll show you, some of the examples, some of the operations, uh, um, and I have already listed down those commands in my script. Okay, so I'll just show you one by one. So first thing is connect to a Postgres database. Okay, so generally you have to give this PSQL command, and if you are connecting to remote host, right? So H dash and then your remote host name, then D dash for the database you are connecting, U dash for the user name of the database to which you are making a connection, and P dash is for the port name, port number. Okay, so if you give this complete command, you will be able to connect to any of the Postgres database using this pshell utility. Okay. Now next command, you can see list all the database on server. Okay, so that is /l, right? So I'll just type /l and let's see what happens. Okay, so it is showing me all the database inside our no server. Okay, so template 1, template 0 is a template database which you already know. Postgres is a default database which comes with the installation of the Postgres. Then human resource is the database. If you remember in the last lecture, we had created this human resource database, right? So it is showing me that database, right? So right now we have four database on our server. Okay, so slash L will list out all the database on your server. Next command is connect to a different database. Okay, so let's connect to the human resource database. So I'll just copy and just write here slash C human resource. Okay, so now let's see what happens. Okay, so now you see we were in Postgres database. Now we are in human resource database, right? You are now connected to database human resource as user Postgres. So we are still using super user Postgres, but now we have switched to another database called human resource database, right? So slash C and the database name. You can connect to any database on this server. Okay, so that is the command. Then list all the tables in the database. Okay, so whichever database you are already connected, right? So I'm connected to human resource database, so just slash dt. This will list out all the relations in that database. Okay, so see, did not find any relation because our human resource database has no table created yet. Okay, so what we can do is create table. Okay, so I already have create table command. So I'll just run this create table command and let's see what happens in human resource database. Okay, so pasted, enter. So see, so you can see that create table statement. Okay, that is completed, right? And then we had one alter command for the table. Okay, uh, and so that alter command is also successful. Then we have one grant command that is also successful, right? So that means table got created in human resource database. Now again, if we do slash dt, so we'll see that our table name is listed here. Okay, so slash dt, our table name HREMP is in the list. So we have just one row because there is just one table in public schema. Just now we created this table, and owner is HRADM, right? Which we did using this alter command, right? So slash dt, this command is used to list out all the relations, tables and views. Okay, so sorry, slash dt is used for listing out all the tables. Okay, so if you want to just see uh, all the tables and views both, then you have to write just slash t. Okay, so if you write slash t, it will list out all the tables and views. So since we have right now we have just one table, so it is showing as one row, right? There's no view right now we have. So we are going to create a view in after some time, and then we'll check again this command. Okay. So slash dt for all the table, slash d for all tables and views. Okay. Then next we can drop this table. Okay, so we'll drop this table later. Okay, so let's use all other commands first. Then describe table structure. So for describing table structure, we have slash t and the table name. Yes. So this is the command. So if we type slash d and hremp is the table name, right? So it should list out the structure of the table. So see slash d and this table name. So you have three columns in this table, their data type, right? Their nullable constants is coming. There's also an index on this table, hrempk primary key, right? And it's a B tree type of index, right? So you can see the structure of this table, right? So slash d and table name will list out the structure of the table. Okay. Next command is list all the schemas in the connected database, right? So for that, just slash dn is the command. Okay, so if you do slash dn, right, so you have a public schema, right? Owner is PG database owner. So you just have one schema in your human resource database, right? So you can list out all the schemas inside your database using this command slash dn. Okay. Then list all the users and roles in the connected database, right? So for that command is slash du. So slash du, see slash du. So it will list out all the roles and users, okay, and list of roles attributes and what those users or roles has the privileges, right? So that will be listed. So you can see HR ADM and HR RO. If you remember last lecture, so we had created a read write user, that is HR admin, and a read only user HRRO, right? So they can log in to the database, right? So cannot log in is not coming in front of HRADM. HRADM group and HRRO group, they cannot log in, so cannot log in is coming, right? And then we have Postgres, the super user. So these are the no privileges with super user. So slash du for listing out all the users and roles, right? Then list all the views in the connected database. So command is slash db, right? So since we don't have any views right now, so it should not give any result, right? Did not find any relation. So what we can do, we have already created a table, hremp. We'll create a view on top of that table. Okay. So this command should create a view. So create view, it's successful. So view is created. Let's again check back. To go back in that previous command, just click on the um, up arrow and it should bring the previous command, right? Slash db. So if I'll do enter, right? So I see that I am able to see a view, our view, which we just now created, right? So slash db is the command to list out all the views, right? And if we list out slash d, so it should show me all the tables and views, which I told earlier. So see, slash d is giving me table name as well as view list, right? Okay. So let's go to the next command. So view is created. We'll drop the view also later. Okay. Now next is list all the functions in the connected DB, right? So for that command is slash df, right? So right now we don't have any function. So all the functions can be listed, right? Then there is a command called slash timing. So it is to start the timing. If you want to know the timing of your query, so you can just click slash timing, enter, right? And it should start, see timing is on, and then you can run your query. Like say I'm querying from the emp table, public dot hremp, enter. And so it is giving me time taken, right? 1.299 seconds. And again you can stop this timing by same command, just slash timing, enter, right? So it should stop the timing. See, timing is off, right? So timing is on also by slash timing, timing is off also by slash timing. In between whatever command you will run, so it will give the time of that command, right? So it is 1.299 milliseconds. Next one is help for all the PLSQL command. Okay, so slash question mark will give list out all the PSQL commands available here available. Okay, so you can see it is listing out all the PSQL commands, right? Some of the commands we have already used, right? So if you just do enter, it will take you to the next commands, right? So see, there are a lot of commands inside PSQL. Some of them we have already used, so I'll show you what we have already used. So slash L we used, right? List database, right? And okay, then what are other commands? Slash D we used, right? List table views and sequences, right? So all the commands so far we have used should be available in this, right? So just click enter and it will list out all the commands, right? So you can see all the commands we have, right? So I just want to show some like slash ds list sequence, slash dt list table, slash du list roles, slash d capital T list data types, slash dv list views, right? So we saw these commands and we use these commands, right? So you can get details of all the commands available, right? So that is slash question mark. Next is if you want to ask help for any commands, right? You don't know how to do this, right? So command is very simple, slash h and that command which you want to know about, right? So slash h drop table, right? So see, it's slash h drop table. So command is drop table, description, remove a table, syntax, drop table if exist, table name, cascade or restrict, right? So very beautifully it is giving syntax of that drop table, right? And it is also giving you URL from which you can check out some sample drop table commands, right? Similarly, if you need help for any other command like create sequence, so same slash h and create sequence. So it should give you the syntax for the create sequence, right? Define any sequence generator, right? So how beautiful it is, right? Next one is editor for SQL run, right? So suppose if you want to run some commands, right? So slash e will open a editor for you in Windows, right? So like slash e, and if you do enter, it will open a notepad for you, right? So suppose select star from public HR emp I'm writing, right? Or what I'll write, I have to drop this table, right? So I'll write drop table, right? uh, if exist public dot hr emp, right? And I'll write this command and just close this notepad. Okay, so it will ask me to save, so I'll just click on save, right? And see, it has already run. I'll show you. Okay, so it is since there is already a view on that table, right? So it is telling me you cannot drop a table without dropping a view, right? So what we'll do again, we'll write this command, and before dropping table, we can drop view as well, right? So what we'll do, just copy this, and before this, just I'll write drop view, right? If exist, and our view name is public hremp view, right? So let's see how it goes. Let's try. So just click save and see, view is dropped, table is dropped, right? So how good it is, right? So you can just create open a notepad and you can write all your commands and it just executes your command, right? So it's a very nice feature, right? There's one more feature you can save, write already in .sql no script or .sql no, notepad. You can write your all commands and you can just call that file with the slash I and then the path of the file. Okay, it will execute all the SQLs in that file, right? So I'll not do this. This is a homework for you guys. Okay, so try this on your system, right? And at the end there is slash q. So if you want to exit this, right, so we can just slash and q is the option to exit, right? So I'll just do enter and I'll just press any key, right? So guys, we saw that how we can use no multiple commands, no different commands on PSQL. I hope you guys got the gist of this, right? So now you have installed database, you have used pgadmin, you have overview of pgadmin, you have overview of PSQL utility, right? So now you are ready to do development and database administration processes, right? So I think this is it in this lecture. In the next lecture, we will learn how to create tables and other objects, indexes, and all primary key constants using pgadmin scripts. Okay, so on pgadmin tool, we'll use all our scripts to do the development process. Okay. So thank you guys. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel.